being wildly inappropriate, Hocus Pocus was not all that. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be ranking my top favorite Disney Halloween movies. Now it only makes sense because it is spooky season. After 2015, I feel like Disney didn't make any other good Halloween movies unless I'm missing one that came out in 2016 and up, but other than that I don't think they made any other good Halloween movies, so we're just rerunning the old ones. Honestly, I really miss when they used to do Monstober. I don't know why they stopped doing it. They only did it for a short period of time when it was on anyway, but like I don't know why they just decided to get rid of it. Like that was one of the best things about Disney when it came around Halloween time. Like Monstober, like the TV was up. The TV was up. I'm gonna be ranking 5 movies and I'm gonna be starting from the worst and I'm gonna work my way up to the best. So let's get started. Coming in at number 5, guys, and a lot of people might be really shocked, but Hocus Pocus. I feel like Hocus Pocus was never that scary. Like it wasn't scary at all. I feel like it's more of a comedy. Like it's still a Halloween movie, but it's just not scary to me because like of its classic nature. People hype it more than it should be, but I feel like I never really was like gung-ho on Hocus Pocus. Like I watched it obviously and it was an enjoyable movie, but I feel like it's more iconic than anything. When I watch a Halloween movie, I like to be scared, and especially when I was younger I got scared. Like anything scared me, so for this movie not to scare me at all, like it had to be at number 5. By no means was it a bad movie, it just didn't scare me. I don't know. If it did it for you, that's great, that's awesome, but watching it now, I will say watching it now, I'm like catching all of the like inappropriate jokes and I'm like, oh my god, this is not for kids. This is not for kids, Disney. Like what were y'all doing? Other than being wildly inappropriate, Hocus Pocus, it's pretty mid to me. Obviously Hocus Pocus 2 came out literally I think at the end of September, but I'm seeing a lot of mixed reactions. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's really bad, some people saying it's not comparable to the original. I don't know. Let me know if you guys seen the new Hocus Pocus. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it, but I haven't watched it yet, so no spoilers. But yeah, a lot of mixed reactions online. The nostalgia factor is never going to be topped, so if you do a remake or a redo of an old movie that everyone loved back then, 9 times out of 10 no one's gonna like the newer one. Everyone's gonna like the old one. Like it never fails. Never fails. Number 4 on my list is Halloween Town. Now this is another one of those iconic movies. It's more iconic than scary. It's more classic than it is actually scary, but nonetheless it's a Halloween movie. Halloween Town is way better than Hocus Pocus to me. I feel like that movie is a little underrated. The first movie is obviously the best one. Like I feel like we can all agree that the first Halloween Town was the best one. The second one, Halloween Town Calabar's Revenge, I feel like that one is a little boring compared to the first one. It didn't hold up. If you're gonna be a sequel, you need to at least be better than the first movie, and it wasn't. It's no way even being close to being better than the first one. The third Halloween Town High, that one wasn't bad either. I just feel like it's very forgettable. Like I always seem to forget that the third one was made, and like that's when they're in high school. She's trying to bring magic into like the real world, the real realm or whatever. That one is very forgettable to me. I feel like that one gets more love than the fourth one. The fourth movie, it's the second best one. People always say it's the worst Halloween Town movie. It is not the worst one. Like I'm gonna have to say the third one is the worst one. It's just boring. I know a lot of people get mad because they recasted Marnie in the fourth movie. Like they thought we weren't gonna notice. They thought we wasn't gonna notice that she was a whole different person. And then another thing, they brought in Ryan from High School Musical out of nowhere. He wasn't in the third movie, he was in the second movie, he was in the first movie. They literally just brought him into the fourth one. I feel like they did it for views because that's around the time that High School Musical was like popping off. Why was he in the movie? Why was he in the movie? It made no sense. I feel like they did a lot of that movie was random. Like they recasted the main actress, and I feel like I remember in an interview she said that she was ready to play her part in the fourth one, but they just thought that she was, I guess, too old at that time. Like she aged like beyond looking like a teenager, so they recasted her, which I feel like is so wrong. Like she can't help that she looking older. Like y'all just decided to recast her. When I was a child, I was like, what is this? But I feel like I like the fourth movie. It wasn't as bad. It's really corny, really cheesy. They had the whole mean girl thing. She got to college or whatever, and or university, and all the mean girls, you know, it was just like it became like a typical Disney movie. It didn't have that Halloween Town feel, but I still liked it. I liked it better than the third one. I might even like it better than the second one. So I just feel like other than the randomness, the fourth one was the second best movie. But Halloween Town is just iconic. It's so good and it feels Halloween every time you watch it. All right, number 3 is probably the most underrated Disney movie period. I feel like people are slowly starting to realize though how good it is. Girl versus Monster. Now this is another case where the movie wasn't scary, but another factor played into why it's so good. Can we talk about that soundtrack? They start off the movie with, I think it's Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now, and then they go on to play Fearless, and then they end the movie with Had Me at Hello. Like 3 hits in your soundtrack is guaranteed to be a classic. I don't care what nobody says. It wasn't scary, but the music, top tier. Y'all know the TikToker, the only CB3. I'll leave his like handle on the screen. He caught a scene that none of us probably would have caught if we were younger, where the main character Skylar, she was like calling on the phone and she played a recording, and the director or the producer didn't even think to cut it out of the movie. Why did I never notice that when I was younger watching it? Like, how did they let that slide? I went to go watch the movie the other day to see if they like caught all of the like TikTok buzz around that scene, and it's still in the movie. They didn't take any tips. They didn't have any growth whatsoever. It's still in the movie. That's hilarious. So every time I go watch it and that scene comes up, I'm dead on the floor. Like, I cannot believe they let that slide, knowing that we caught it. Nonetheless, that movie is so good. The soundtrack is top tier. Probably the best Halloween movie, Disney movie soundtrack ever. It's so underrated. Girl vs. Monster is top 3. Number 2 for this list is gonna be a movie that we can all agree is one of the best Halloween movies ever made. Ever. The Nightmare Before Christmas. It still irks me that Christmas is in the name instead of Halloween, but like, personal issues aside, Tim Burton like is probably like one of the biggest geniuses ever. He also made Corpse Bride, which also is probably in my whole top 10. Granted, this is only top 5. Corpse Bride is still top 10. He made 2 back-to-back Halloween movies that are just timeless. Like, are you kidding me? The Nightmare Before Christmas, we're gonna get into the soundtrack later, but that movie is so good. Number 1, it did what it was supposed to do, because when I was younger, I was scared. That movie is scary. To this day, I feel like that movie is very scary. I remember when they played the boogeyman scene, I was in shambles. I was in shambles when I was younger. I was like, this is the end of the world. When I watched that scene when I was younger, I was terrified. I was petrified. I still though don't see the reason why people call it a Christmas movie. Some people are like, it's a Halloween. Yeah, it looks like Halloween, but like it's Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, Christmas is in the name, but that doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie. Like, they were in Christmas for like 15 minutes in the movie. It's no way a Christmas movie. I do see sometimes though during like December time, they do still play it on TV, but that still doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It will never be a Christmas movie. It's forever gonna be a Halloween movie. All of the songs in this movie, perfect. I don't know who the music people are, but the music in this movie was perfect. Everything about it felt Halloween. Everything about it felt so good. Like, if you guys don't know, Freeform does the 31 Nights of Halloween, which they're doing right now. Every night they give like different Halloween movies, and every single time we like check the schedule because they have a schedule on their Instagram of which movie's gonna play each day. Every time we check the schedule, we always have to check when is Nightmare Before Christmas is playing. That is probably the best. That's the best animated Halloween movie, period, no question. All right guys, number one should come as no surprise, Twitches. Twitches is still the best Disney original Halloween movie. That movie was so good. First of all, the idea behind it. Twin sisters don't know each other exists. They meet, they're witches. That's that's classic. That movie scared me. It still scares me. That movie did what it was supposed to do. The darkness, the shadows. When I watched that when I was younger, I had nightmares. I kid you not, I had nightmares every time I watched the first movie. When the darkness thing would come, like I was close to having cardiac arrest. Every time that came up on the screen, I was just in shambles. So it did what it was supposed to do. It's scary, it's good, it's so good. The characters, since we've all grown up, it's still it's still in tune with our ages. Because when we were younger, like the main characters and everybody, they were older than us, but now that we're grown up, like we can still relate to most of the stuff that happens in the movie. I feel like that's another good thing about that movie. I think my favorite scene in Twitches is still to this day when they saved their dad. Like, that scene is so sad and happy at the same time. It's bittersweet. I love that scene. But that movie was also funny. Like, I'm sorry, Tamara, Tia did good too, but Tamara, she was the funniest person in that movie to me. I still crack up every single day at her scenes. The writers did a good job making Tamara the funny twin in the movie. She was the highlight of all the comedy in the movie. Twitches is number one. I don't care what y'all say, it's the best. They did it for the culture. It was scary. The soundtrack was irrelevant. It did what it's supposed to do. It's scary, it's funny, period. All right guys, so let me know what's your top 5 favorite Disney Halloween movies, or Halloween movies in general. They don't have to be Disney, but let me know down in the comments what's your top 5 favorite and least favorite Halloween movies. I know I'm gonna see Hocus Pocus at the top of a lot of y'all lists, and you know what, not everyone has good taste. So but anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a happy Halloween and spooky season, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.